Hey, you. Yeah. Yeah, you. Trying to figure out how to make some extra cash? Or maybe you should look into options trading. You know, stock market stuff. If you put in the work and research, you never know where it might take you. Well, not so fast. There's tons of stuff you don't know about the stock market yet. And there's plenty of opportunity to lose everything you've got if you're not careful. You ready to start learning? Let's go check it out. What's going on, everybody? My name is Mr. Grumbly. We're back with another video. Today I want to share with you my first steps to understanding options trading. To begin with, I want to go over the basics, and at the end of the video I want to list 3 more channels that you can visit to further your knowledge in the subject. First, however, here's about 3 seconds of legal stuff to look at. So what are options? To put it simply, options contracts are a promise to buy or sell a stock at a certain price at a certain date in the future. Now, there are 2 types of options that you can trade in the stock market: calls and puts. Calls usually favor when the stock goes up, and puts usually favor when the stock goes down. There are situations and strategies when you buy or sell a call or put in order to hedge the market going in the opposite direction. It really just depends on your strategy. One thing I can tell you right away, before we get too deep into this options trading thing, is that this will get very complicated. And it can be as complicated or as simple as you want. Some people will favor simplicity over using complex metrics in order to keep track of what's going on. And some people will argue that simplicity is the wrong way to look at it, and you're only destined to lose money that way. The secret is that you're probably going to lose money no matter what. That's just the truth of it, though. So let's move on to some more basics. And once you get further into the subject, you'll start realizing how deep this rabbit hole goes, how widely traveled this rabbit hole is. Very, very interesting. Some more terms you're going to become familiar with really quick are strike prices, expiration dates, in the money, out of the money, and exercise. A strike price is a price that you choose in correlation with the expiration date that you think the stock is either going to move past one way or the other in the attempt to make a profit. Expiration date is pretty self-explanatory. That is the date at which you pick the options contract to expire in the future. In the money and out of the money are 2 terms that are used quite a bit in options trading, usually to describe whether the contract that you hold are either losing you money or making you a profit. Exercise relates to an options contract, whether or not you want to exercise your contract. If you exercise it, then that means if you're the buyer, you have to buy 100 shares of stock. If you're selling a contract, that means you have to sell the buyer 100 shares of stock. It sounds simple, but the numbers can be deceiving. You can really mess yourself up if you're not paying attention to the numbers and what's at risk. So that's about it as far as simplicity goes. Past this point, it's just going to get more and more complex. If you're brand new to all this, what should you do? What should you expect? Well, you should expect a lot of studying. You should expect a lot of research. You should expect a lot of failure. When people say that you're going to lose money in the stock market if you try options trading or day trading, they're not lying. You're going to lose money. The question is, how much money are you going to lose? That's where risk comes into factor. That's when your own psyche comes in to play. You might think you're the most patient person on the face of the planet, but if you've got $1,500 riding on 10 options contracts with 60 days left, and you're still riding at $300 in the hole, you will discover just how much stress you can put on your patience. You can put a lot, and you'll put just as much pressure on yourself if it starts going in your favor. You could have a profit of $10,000, be sitting there on the edge of your seat, and because you don't know any better, you think it's just going to keep going up. And then you wake up the next day and it's dropped 2,000, but you're optimistic. So you wait and it just drops all day long, but you see it spike. So you wait and now you're down to 5. You go to sleep. It'll spike again. You wake up down to 4. We'll wait. It'll go back up. It went there before. Why wouldn't it now? And then you wait and it goes down. If you're wise, somewhere down that downward spiral, you'll decide that you like what you've got and you'll pull out and you'll keep it and you'll move on and you'll think you're wise because of it, but you're not. And that's okay, because none of us are. Quite all right. So I think from here, what we'll do is that we're going to flip over to Thinkorswim, a trading platform. I remember who Thinkorswim is. I think no. Yeah, from here, I think we're going to flip over to Thinkorswim trading platform that was that's owned by TD Ameritrade right now. It's a very useful platform, has tons and tons of information and stuff for you to use as a trader, as a trader of all kinds. For this video in particular, options trading. And then once we're over there, I'll go through and I'll kind of show you some of the stuff that I was talking about. And then after that, like I said, I'm going to go through and list out 3 more channels that you can visit that have tons of information that you can go through and kind of absorb in and learn what you can. And hopefully that'll expand your knowledge of the subject here on options trading. So yeah, let's flip over there. We'll give you a little tour of the options trading side of this trading platform. At first glance, you can see that there's tons of information to take in. There's a watch list down in the lower left corner. Just above that is a little window that contains current news segments for the stock that you have selected down below. There are tabs up at the top that lead you to all kinds of different areas. It's a great source of information. If you guys want to see me do a video specifically on trading platforms and also give you some more videos and channels to visit, go ahead and leave me a like and comment down below. But to simplify things, I'm going to go ahead and close this side window so that we can focus on this bigger segment over here on the right. If you haven't noticed already, what you're looking at here is the option chain. What it is, it's a table of expiration dates for the specific stock that you have selected. Right now I have the SPY selected up above, and I have that specifically selected because it shows the most options as far as different expiration dates goes. We've got weeklies, and then you've got your normal expiration dates, which are highlighted in all gray. And then down below you can tell there are quarterlies. And if we skip forward and scroll down a little bit, you can see that the expiration dates also extend quite a ways into the future. The selection process just depends on what kind of strategy you're trying to employ. For now, we're going to choose this one right here in the middle for 75 days out. That'll put us at December 19th of 2020. And now as we scroll down, we can start to make sense of what's going on a little bit. At least we can start putting names with places and things. So here as we come to the center of this expiration date, we can get a clear picture of the terms that I've mentioned before. Starting on the left here, you can see this whole section here are calls. And then on the right of the screen, you can see the opposite section are puts. In the middle here are the strike prices for each of the call options or put options that you have available for you. And then down the center here, the horizontal line going across, you can see separates in the money options versus the out of the money options. If we scroll down, another thing that you'll see is that the options not only extend into the future with the expiration dates, but they also extend into the possible price range with the strike prices. In this case, the SPY is ranging from 420 all the way down to 25. The probability of the SPY actually reaching those numbers in a short time is very low, which is what traders usually hedge on, is probability. But it's never impossible, just very, very, very unlikely. And that brings us back to in the money and out of the money. If you look at the call side, for example, we can see that everything below $291 a share is considered in the money, and everything above that price is considered out of the money. Another thing to note is that option contracts that are in the money are more expensive than option contracts that are out of the money. So that about does it for the terms that I mentioned here in this video. A lot of these terms mentioned here can have videos all on their own. After you do a little more digging, you'll come to find that this is indeed just the tip of the iceberg. To kind of give you an idea of how much further deep you have to go and how many more terms you need to understand, how much more about the stock market you need to understand before you start getting into trading, and even paper trading. You need to know about this stuff before you start even practicing. So my goal to you is to learn the terms. There's a place that you can go online called Investopedia.com. There you can look up any term connected to the stock market, futures, options, dividend trading, it doesn't matter. You can look up everything on this website. So I encourage you to go there and check it out. Do all the research and due diligence you can, and then expand from there. Find a platform you like, start paper trading, and get some experience before you start even thinking about risking your own hard-earned money in the stock market. Even then, I also encourage you to make sure and take care of everything that you need to take care of in your life. Don't invest any money into the stock market that you don't intend to lose, because most likely you are probably going to lose a good portion of it before you start really adjusting to how the stock market works. Again, this video isn't encouragement to start risking your money right now. That's not the idea. You need to have the education and you need to have the knowledge and experience and practice. So do that and then take a self-assessment and see where you're at. To start with, you can stop by this gentleman's YouTube channel, JC Gilbert. It looks like he started his channel about 7 months ago, but already he has a pretty good number of followers for only being around for a short time. The videos he puts up have tons of useful information, tons of helpful information. You can tell he's done a lot of research, he's done a lot of reading. One video in particular I suggest starting with is options trading, how to start the right way. So it's one of his very first videos that he posted here on YouTube, but it definitely sets some stuff straight for people who are just beginning. So I encourage you to check out that video in particular and kind of branch out from there. But he has a lot of really useful stuff to go through. Next, I encourage you to check out a video from projectoption. Say this gentleman has been posting videos on YouTube for a number of years now. One of his more recent videos is one called Options Trading for Beginners. It's an ultimate guide to options trading for beginners. So it's an extremely long video, nearly 3 hours long, but again, it's worth the view. His entire catalog of videos is worth the view. He has a lot of videos that I started watching about a year ago whenever I first got interested into options trading. Next, I want to leave you with another smaller YouTube channel called Tiffany Trades Options. It looks like she started posting videos about 7 months ago. She's acquired a pretty good following so far. And it also sounds like she's been trading options for quite a long time. In one video, she explains her dad is the one that got her interested in options at a younger age. So, like I said, it sounds like she's got a lot of experience in the field. So it looks like we're going to end up getting a lot of useful information in video format from her in the future. The one video in particular I want to mention about hers is the one titled How to Start Trading Options, 7 Steps to Help You Make Money Trading Options. It has a lot of very useful information for beginners, a kind of 7-step process on what to do to prepare yourself to trade options, what platforms are available out there. She has a pretty good list that incorporates all the major trading platforms out there. She even discusses some good habits to get into as a trader. Overall, it seems like her videos are very informative. So I think that about wraps it up for me. I hope this video has helped explain some things for you, especially for beginners out there. Again, I want to reiterate for you that this is a long journey. You have a lot of stuff to research. You have a lot of knowledge to absorb. There's a lot of resources out there to go through. On YouTube, there's tons and tons of visual material to go through, from experienced traders to novice traders who are learning right in front of your eyes. One to throw out there right at the top of my head is Squirrel Trading. He's a lot of fun to watch. He records his live trades every morning, and then he posts them later up on YouTube. But he's a great source for live material that shows someone's true reaction time to the live stock market as it's happening. So it's something. He actually goes through and he day trades the stocks themselves. He doesn't do any options trading, but like I said, it's still a great source of information to learn how the stock market moves and how people react to it. And that's a huge part of what's going on behind the stock market, behind the curtains, behind the numbers. Other than that, be sure to check out the other channels that I mentioned. Again, tons and tons of information out there. Just keep on absorbing and keep on paper trading. Always do the paper trading. And remember, if you want a couple free stocks through the trading platform Webull, you can be sure to hit the link below, and that'll get yourself a couple free stocks, and that'll also send a couple my way as well. If you're into gaming at all and you want to check me out, I do have a second channel called Gaming with Mr. Grumbly. You can be sure and check the link down in the description for that one too. Be sure to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the little bell for notifications. Be sure to leave a comment, especially if you want to see more videos like this in the future. And till then, I'm Mr. Grumbly, and you're just a camera. What do I do with my hands? Do I know what to do with my hands? That's kind of weird. I'm kind of weird.